Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. They'll also match your first deposit up to $100, and you get a special pick when you sign up. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mace and Cam.
Killer, what's good?
What's good, man? How you doing?
Chillin, man.
That's what's up. I'm going to Miami tonight, huh? Looking Miami-ish, man. So it's nice out there. It's going to be 90 this weekend, man.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to miss it, man. Going to use some more Zoom days. Hey, this is giving me more when it's time for my Zoom days. I'm still like 11 behind, man. Icy, looking nice, man. I like how you looking for. That's a new chain or that's something in the stash?
In the stash.
All right. All right, say no more.
Okay. So taking a quick step out of sports, but it's all still sports related. As we know, the presidential election is approaching, and guess who said they wouldn't mind taking a swing in office?
Who, Kanye?
No, not this year. Steph Curry. He said he'd maybe run for president because he wants to make a change. Would you guys give him your vote?
That's interesting. I think he's a phenomenal basketball player, and I could see him doing some kid books or a lot of things. Presidential election, I think actually he got a clean enough record that he probably could win. He'll win some votes, you know. But I don't know if that's my vote just yet. But I definitely appreciate what he's done for the sport and how he treats his family, from what I know. But president, nah, not yet.
Look, Steph Curry don't even want to talk to niggas in the locker room, like, let alone talking to the country. Nigga Draymond snuffed. If you ever look at that footage when Draymond Green snuffed John Poole, Steph Curry just looked over there and walked away. Nigga said, that's what he get. Nigga been talking crazy the last few weeks. Nigga gonna get knocked out. That's just what happened. I don't really see him talking to his own niggas, let alone the country. I think Steph the type of nigga that become president and be like, nah, I'm good. This shit is wild, man.
Quit like after a year.
Yeah, nah.
I did it. It was too much. Pause. I'm out of here.
Think about this. Like, I was thinking about it. Like, you know, I was thinking about running for mayor in certain little towns, not necessarily New York, but you know, all these when you go in Jersey or like even Long Island, all these little towns have mayors. I'm like, I can be mayor of Teaneck, New Jersey. I'm like, yo, I could definitely be the mayor of Teaneck, New Jersey. That's a fact. I could get them votes over there.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's a thankless job, yo. You know, it's like, I don't know the presidential votes. They got split last year between, well, pardon me, not last year, last term between Trump and Biden. But I remember when Barack was running. And who was the last nigga he went against? Romney? What was the last nigga? It was like, he won by like 1 million. It was like 71 million to 70 million. And I'm like, damn, it's 70 million that don't fuck with you this whole term.
Yeah.
So you gonna have you won the election, but you still dealing with 70 niggas who got a problem with you, whether you black, whether they feel you're not doing a good job, whether they feel you're a Democrat, whatever the case may be, it's a thankless job. I was riding in Pennsylvania, and I seen a nigga bumper, and I'm in like, I forget where I'm coming from, but I'm like in one of them parts of Pennsylvania, like just keep 2 hands on the steering wheel and do the speed limit. And I seen a nigga bumper, and it said Obama, one big ass mistake, America. I was like,
that's the acronym for his name?
That's what the bumper said. The
wow.
Bumper, one big ass mistake, America. And I'm like, God damn, niggas hate this nigga. So as far as Steph Curry's running, I think he got a clean enough image, family man, no like controversy or scandals or anything like that. But I think Steph will realize he gets more praise hitting them threes than becoming the president. Thankless job. Not only that, how much the president really make?
What, like 600,000?
Yeah, like, yo, niggas, come on, my nigga.
Niggas can't be the president.
They can't be the president, you know what I'm saying? Then if you find a way to get some money on the side, you cheating.
Yeah, you going to jail.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't
think... Or they going to try to put you in jail.
Yeah, it sound good. I know Stat ain't see it. She'll watch movie. Remember that movie, Brewster's Millions, with Richard Pryor? Remember he ran for mayor, and then he's like, I won? Nah, I'm good. I think that would be like a Steph Curry situation. Could he win? I have no idea could he win or not, but I'll say this. His image is definitely clean enough to run. And these days, you don't even need a clean image.
Nope.
You definitely don't.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Trump. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
When Trump wanted, that was big.
Look, since I've been born, and I've seen a few presidents, Barack Obama is the only president that has not been in a scandal since we've been president. You had Reagan, who was saying he was letting drugs come in the country. Black niggas love Reagan, talking about the Iran-Contra scandal. He's letting them drugs come through. That's when Dinkins was around as mayor, too. New York was just a mess, and niggas loved it.
Yeah.
Then you had George Bush Sr. He picked up where Reagan left off with the Iran-Contra shit and the drugs. Then you had Bill Clinton. He got caught getting head from his secretary, saying he smoked weed, but didn't inhale it, so it doesn't count. Then you had George Bush Jr. When George Bush Jr. came, we had the terrorist attack on us, 9/11.
Like he was in Florida on his iPhone, right?
Right, but not only that, Bin Laden sent the terrorists to do what they did for 9/11. George Bush Sr. said, where's that Saddam Hussein at? What do that have to do with the niggas? Because his pops had
Picking
beef.
and choosing.
Yeah, his pops had beef with Saddam. So when it was his turn, he like, I'm going to pick up where my pops left off. This is perfect. We'll just throw Saddam, Bin Laden, it all sound the same. Then we have Barack. You know how tough it is? It probably was to be a black president and not getting no scandal. I'm talking about, no. Who left this weed on the floor? Nah. That is not, yo. I slapped the shit out of you. Barack was in one of these islands one time, and he went outside and the Secret Service was going to the strip club. Secret Service left the nigga in the room. He had to fire the whole Secret Service to get a new staff. Barack leave, no scandal. Trump come back. Niggas storming the Capitol. It's all type of shit. So I just really believe it's a thankless job. And for the presidents, whether good or bad, I give y'all credit for taking the job because y'all niggas don't even get paid a lot to do what y'all do. With me, when I was thinking about mayor murder, I was like, yo, imagine I could see me sending Suge if it's a fire in the city, like, yo, go handle the press conference for me. I'm good. I don't got time to wake up at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning to go speak to the people. I get up and talk. Nah, that's a thankless job, man. But shout out to everybody who does it, man.
Yeah. And for them, it's not always monetary. Like, it is one of the biggest honors to be elected as president. So I get what you're saying about the money, but they're doing it because, other reasons. They want to help out the country.
So you mind, let me ask you this.
Okay.
You went to school for journalism, right? Or broadcast. That's what you went to school for. And I know you have other aspirations, right?
Yeah.
And you like what you do here, do it for free.
Yeah, they
You
ain't
love
But that's
always
not
about the money.
That's not
This is
president.
you stack. You the first lady of first. Just do it for you. You want to do it for free? Because we
I didn't
don't
say
mind.
that.
Oh, all
Being
right.
paid is nice, but genuinely, like, this is what I like to do.
Yeah, it ain't always
That's
about
what
the
you're
money.
saying. It's an honor, right? It isn't about the money.
What happened to it ain't about the money?
No, but like even when it comes to volunteering, like if I'm helping people out, I'm not expecting a monetary value in return. It's because that's something that I want to do. Like
So do
when
you
you
wanna
volunteer,
do
you're not
this?
getting paid.
Do you
Yeah.
wanna do
Okay,
this?
then that's what I'm saying. Why you just don't volunteer to do this then?
Well, that's different. I need to be able to survive. Like as a president, like everything else is taken care of. So they're doing their duty, doing something that they enjoy to do, and then everything else, like housing, like everything else is provided. So like it's nice to like, pocket some money in addition, but I don't think they're doing it for that.
That you almost make it what the president makes soon, man.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it off the love and show us that you really love
Said,
what
"Buy
you
on
do,
me."
it's on you,
Yeah.
man. Since you love
President
it.
Stat.
Yeah, you the
You
president.
could be the
stat.
first president.
Yeah, it is what it is. The first president and the first lady at the same time. Since you love it so much.
Yeah.
since it's an honor.
Aw.
It's so prestigious.
Guys, okay. Well, someone who might have a more realistic chance in the political world is Aaron Rodgers. So he is a high prospect being considered for the vice president position with Robert Kennedy Jr. You guys actually see this happening because he's supposed to be on the ballot for this year.
What's going on? Are they serious about this?
Yeah, he's very serious.
So Aaron Rodgers, so he's coming back to the Jets now or no?
That's what Jet fans probably scared
Yeah,
of. Like, don't do this shit right
bro,
now,
come
B.
on, man.
Jet fans probably
Don't
like,
do this in New York.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that now, Aaron Rodgers. I know you got plans to be the VP and all that, bro. Listen, don't do that.
Yeah, this 2028 ain't going nowhere. That's when they start telling them that 2028 ain't going nowhere. Don't do this when you get to New York.
You just got hurt the first game. And now New York will never recover.
Yeah, they'll be upset.
They'll never recover. He won't get no votes out of New York.
Not out of New York. They'll be pissed.
Yeah, and that's going to spew over to Jersey and
it's
a few
really
other
Jersey
places.
more than anywhere. Jersey.
Yeah. Jersey ain't voting.
They will not vote.
You already lost two states off that.
Yeah, they not voting at all. Jersey take that, because their stadium, for those that don't know, the Giants and Jets play in New Jersey, actually. I know it's called the New York Giants, but they actually play in New Jersey, and the Jersey fans take that shit seriously.
Yeah, they definitely are never going to forget it. And anywhere they got family, they're going to tell them.
Right. As far as Aaron Rodgers running for vice president with Kennedy, look, Aaron Rodgers, I ain't saying he Trump or nothing like that or close to it, but he be having his own little shit going on too, like little conspiracy theories, smoke weed, like hemp. He lied about getting the vaccine so he could play. Then he admitted that he lied about not getting the vaccine. They said, man, where's your paperwork for the vaccine? All right, I lied. So what? Whatever. I ain't want to put that shit in my system. Aaron Rodgers got like a little bit of rebel pause in him to go against the grain, and America likes that.
Yeah.
America likes to go against the grain ass nigga. And
they showed up for Trump over that.
Right, and listen, that may be why a nigga trying to pull Aaron Rodgers in with him. Like, yo, we need somebody who don't give a fuck like this.
Yeah.
Because Aaron Rodgers, a lot of shit, he don't give a fuck. Even when he talks about sports from Pat McAfee show, they get political about a lot of shit. And even me, I'll be like, damn, Aaron, you sure you want to say that shit? You positive? And he don't give a fuck.
Sometimes people like it because it shows that you're an independent thinker and you're not being coached to say what you're saying.
Right. So.
Doesn't mean it's always right, though.
I never said that. I just think that he's more realistic than Steph Curry if it happens.
Yeah.
But as far as you're 100% correct. Don't do this on the Jets watch, man. Don't do that to the Jets. I'm not even a Jets fan, but don't do that to them niggas. Them niggas were trying to hope you came back for the playoffs. This will cancel everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now moving along to stuff on the field. So the Packers signed running back Josh Jacobs from the Raiders for a 4-year contract. Does this sound like a good fit for him?
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs, I was looking at his numbers earlier today, and I'm not really a Josh Jacobs fan like that. Like, he's all right. He ain't Derrick Henry. He ain't Saquon. Like, I know people making a big deal of it because it's free agency, and they're like, oh, the Packers got Josh Jacobs. And it might be a good fit because, Love has been playing well, and they may feel that they need a good running game to go along with that. But as far as just looking at his numbers from last season, they were okay. They wasn't crazy. He's averaging, I believe, 3.5 yards a carry. He didn't break 1,000 yards. I think he had 835 yards, 6 or 8 touchdowns, if I'm remembering correctly. This isn't screaming superstar. It's niggas out here
trying. Do you think it's worth $12 million?
No, not right now. How many years on the $12 million?
4 years.
4 years, maybe. Yeah.
No, 48.
$12 million a year.
Yes.
No, Derrick Henry got $16 million for 2 years. No.
Niggas got good agents.
Yeah. So if you asking me if it's $48 million for 4 years, no, absolutely not.
You thought I was saying 12 for 4 years.
I was about to say, yeah, that's definitely good. And listen, in this climate with running backs, like you said, you got to commend his agent. Because look, this was not really a great year for Derrick Henry, and he still cracked 1,100 yards. And he gets 2 years for $16 million. This dude didn't even have 900 yards, let alone 1,000 yards, and you got $48 million. You got to give the agent a lot of credit. You got to give him a lot of credit. But as far as me, we'll see. Maybe, I haven't really dove into Green Bay's running game and what it was like last year. Maybe, the GMs and their scouts and so on and so forth said we need a good running game to go with Jordan Love's play towards the end of the year, because he was marvelous towards the end of the year. But as far as just looking at the numbers, no, it's not worth it to me.
They said he led that. What in 2022? That's 2022 where he led the league.
Yeah, look, this year he get 1,000.
And it seemed like he had a deal with another team, and then that was pulled off the table, or they just went with that deal because they had more money. Because he was originally supposed to sign with, I think it was like Minnesota, one of those teams, and then late in the morning, probably his agent just said, "Nah, we got 48 for 4 years.
Right.
We're going with that.
We're going to Wisconsin. We're going to Wisconsin."
So the thing about Josh Jacobs, you can tell he was definitely trying to stay in Vegas, but the numbers weren't doing what they needed to do. So that's now why he's with the Packers. So he said, when a player leaves, it's always about the player being unloyal. At what point do we ask the franchise for that same loyalty? So do you guys agree with his point? Because a lot of people are saying that he's an unloyal Raiders player for leaving.
I think honestly, when it comes to, if I had to live in Vegas or Milwaukee, I think Wisconsin, that's an easy decision. But when the math ain't mathing, as Killer say, you got to get out of here, And the team is not going to be loyal to you unless you're helping them win. That's the thing that people don't get when they try to say, well, what about when the team does it? Well, the team is trying to win. The player, we're asking you to be loyal if we're winning. You asking us to be loyal to you if you're not winning. You see the difference in that equation? Stat?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want you to be loyal if we're working on something and we're winning. But we don't need you to be loyal if we're losing. We need you to get.
I'll see both sides. My thing is this. Everybody stop crying, the players and the owners and or management. You got a point. Look, what the fuck was that? Harrison Barnes got traded at halftime.
Yeah.
I know we're switching to basketball. What do you do when you get traded at halftime? How does that work? Do I finish the game? I don't even understand how that works.
Do you drink the water?
You look up Harrison Barnes traded. Ain't I Harrison Barnes? What the fuck you mean I got traded?
Does these points count?
Yeah. Like I really don't understand how that works when you're traded in the middle of a game. But as far as it's both, I see both sides of the equation. You're sitting there saying, as a franchise, You should show us a little more loyalty. We invested in you. We put stock into you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we seen a future in you, and then you get up and leave. But at the same time also, if y'all wanna trade me or do whatever and I don't have a no trade clause contract, you could trade me. You know who showed loyalty to a franchise as a player? Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, these niggas is bugging out, man.
Yeah.
Listen, all of you out there, basketball players, football players, boxers, entertainers, etc. Business is like sex. You only do it protected, man. You can't do business unprotected.
Yeah. So I just think that, I just really think that everybody, everybody stop crying. You know it's business. You don't, look, you like me. If let's say you're a superstar player and you're a general manager, owner, coach, whatever, and you going to dinner and y'all going, because you're playing and you taking them out, this, that, you only like me, because I'm benefiting for your team or your franchise or your coaching job, et cetera. If I was stinking it up, you wouldn't be taking me to dinner.
Yeah, it's like Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones don't be partying with them niggas when they losing.
Right, exactly.
Jerry Jones, like, we got to go to practice.
Listen, and that's why I respect Jerry Jones, because even when niggas ain't doing the right thing, he'll sit there and say, we winning, figure out how to hide that. Yo, cover that up. I don't give a fuck. We are winning. Cover that up. Let them, if that's what's going to take for us to win.
Now, to the people listening, they're going to say, but what about Tony Romo?
Yeah, well, Tony Romo was doing the right thing and he didn't win.
Yeah, you're right.
He didn't win. Sometimes I told what they need to do in Dallas. That cocaine got to be back in the building for them niggas to win. That was the end of the era when Tony Romo came, the cocaine left. Because there's no way you can't look at Troy Aikman and say you ain't sniffed cocaine. You can look at Troy Aikman and tell he used to sniff cocaine. Period. He looks like a former cocaine addict.
They was getting money in Dallas.
And when I say addict, don't get me wrong, because Troy Aikman still is an analyst, but you know residue from people who used to do drugs, man. We from the 80s. You know a residue. Now they cleaned up, but you could tell people who used to do drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Moving along to the basketball side, D'Angelo Russell believes Dennis Schroeder was the reason he couldn't establish a relationship with Darvin Ham last season. He said, when I was struggling, I would have been able to come to the coach and say, bro, this is what we should do. Like, I can help you. Instead, there was no dialogue. I just accepted it. And we got swept, and I'm here, and he's not. And I like our chances. What do you guys think about his viewpoint?
Yo, the passive aggressiveness gotta stop. I'm telling you, this generation is just man. I don't know what to call it other than that. You know, D'Angelo Russell, didn't he snitch on Kobe? It's the same.
No, Swaggy P.
On Swaggy P? Sound like the nigga snitched on everybody, man. That's what it sounded like. You got a whole new generation he's snitching on. This is generational snitch right here. You know, he gonna make it his business to snitch on somebody. Like, yo, D'Angelo Russell, chill out. You don't gotta tell on everybody, man. What they call that growing up? A tattletale?
Yep.
That nigga's a tattletale, yo. Yo,
a stool pigeon.
Yeah, leave my name out of it. He one of them niggas. As soon as you see him.
Yeah.
Leave my name out of it.
Off the rip.
Schroeder ain't do nothing to you. Where's Schroeder at now?
Toronto, I believe.
Nigga out the country. You snitching on niggas out the country? Yeah.
For real.
Nigga in the 6. Nigga in the 310 snitching on niggas in the 6. This can't be good.
Yeah, I agree. God, I'm letting you finish.
Yeah, stay away from this nigga, man. The vibes ain't right.
Yeah. D'Angelo Russell is giving some decent numbers, especially the past month or two since that, you know, he was the topic of a lot of trade rumors before the trade deadline happened. They was talking about wheeling and dealing that nigga, and they ended up keeping the nigga. He's averaging 18 points. He's shooting almost 48% from the field. He had 44 points the other night, so he probably feeling himself. He like
you do something good and go back to snitching on niggas.
Yeah, there's one of them joints where I could have been doing this if niggas wasn't always looking over my shoulder. And you know what that is? That's a safety net murder for a nigga to tell you basically, if you don't get another point guard,
this is what I would be doing.
This is what I could do.
You split my numbers.
Yeah, exactly. If you keep me in this loop, 44 could be every two, 3 times a week. That's what I take from it.
Yeah.
It's like a nigga who come to the label and you the nigga on the label already and you like, who the new nigga? Yeah. you don't necessarily like the new nigga on the label because it's your label already. Now niggas trying to come in, pause. And
now
take your
niggas
spot.
believe. Now niggas believe.
Right. So, but as far as D'Angelo Russell, I think it's a safety net, basically saying if you don't have another point guard that's just as good as me or better, I could get you the numbers. Secondly, you always like your chances. He said he likes his chances. You always like your chances when you have LeBron James on the team. But listen, D'Angelo Russell, I'm talking to you. Y'all in 9th place. Stop acting like y'all killing. Y'all ain't been in first place this whole year. Y'all was tied for first place when everybody's record was 0-0. Last time y'all was tied for first place.
Yeah.
Stop, bro. Stop acting like you out here killing because you had 44 a week ago and you've been playing good and you've been playing decent. I have to give you a lot of credit. Anthony Davis as well. Had a monster game a few games ago, 25 points, 25 rebounds. Y'all are playing very well the last couple weeks. But what we all have to realize is
they play well against the teams we don't need them to play well again.
Well, they played some good teams, but you know what it is, Murder? They playing at home. They had 12 games in the state of California. 11 games was in the Staples Center, Crypto Arena, or whatever it's called now. They had 11 games at home, and then last night, their only road game was in Sacramento. So they've been home. They've been comfortable. You ain't been in the road. You ain't been in a harsh environment. Now you sitting here talking about, I could have been doing this if Schroeder ain't say nothing, and I like our chances. You're in 9th place, bro, with the King and AD. Now, you're right. Anything can happen in the playoffs, but y'all niggas not even in the playoffs. Y'all are in the play-in. Stop. And leave Derek Schroeder alone. He ain't do shit to you, man. He ain't do shit to you. And he probably was busting your ass in practice because Schroeder's nice. He's all right. That's probably what was really going on, and you had to split the minutes.
So if you were Schroeder, last thing before we go to break, and you heard D'Angelo Russell's statement saying, we got swept and I'm here and he's not, how would you feel? What would your response be?
I just put up the video of the nigga snitching on Swaggy P, yo. This nigga don't mind his business, man. Schroeder's not your problem, champ.
That's a good one, because you know what?
Yeah.
See, a lot of times, and I'm going to take this without the sound bite, because I didn't see the sound bite or anything else, but I don't know if he's asked the question to answer that, but let's say he wasn't. Why is Derek Schroeder on your mind? Dennis, I keep saying Derek, pardon me. Dennis Schroeder, pardon me. Why is Schroeder on your mind, my nigga? So you're in the middle of the game thinking about, Schroeder last year, he fucked this up. I could have did this. Yo, that should not be what you're thinking about. No, you need to think about, I'm going to give you some examples of who you need to think about. Steph Curry, Jamal Murray, Fox in Sacramento, Booker, Bradley Beal,
SGA.
SGA.
That's who you should be talking about.
These are the niggas in your conference that you have to deal with coming up when playoff times. Luka, should I go on with point guards in the Western Conference? You're not better than anybody I just named. Be humble, get the wins, get your numbers up, and then talk. You talking about Derek Schroeder when we just named a laundry list of niggas that got your number. A laundry list. It wasn't even all guards. All guards. Anybody I just named, would you take D'Angelo Russell over?
No way.
No way.
D'Angelo Russell was supposed to be nice, too.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time that I thought he was going to be one of the ones. He still could turn it around, but you got to get it focused. Your focus cannot be Schroeder. Like, He's in another country. He don't need you snitching on him. You got to go through customs, all of that before you make that go through, bro. You got to leave him alone.
That's a fact. Like I said, your numbers are looking really decent. They're solid numbers right now, especially your field goal percentage. Stay humble. Hopefully make the playoffs. Then later on, if y'all do good in the playoffs, bring up all the shit that you mad about. Don't do it now. You don't bring up the 100 things you mad about right now because it doesn't mean everything. You're in ninth place.
Okay. We're going to go to break, and when we return, we will talk about a viral conversation between Swaggy P and Gilbert Arenas. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. What's stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free. Why am I here? This woman wanna be free. Hell, I don't wanna see her walk away. I wish somebody told me the rules. Disagreements let her win, and it's cool. Even when I'm right to say
Welcome back. Now let's get into our Underdog Fantasy picks of the day. Tonight, the Suns will play the Celtics. Underdog Fantasy has Jason Tatum at 30.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower, Mace?
To beat the Suns, higher.
He got, say that again?
30.5 points, Jason Tatum.
Against the Suns?
Yeah.
All right. Jason Tatum, for some reason, whenever he plays against Kevin Durant, it's like the best Jason Tatum you could get. They played the other day. Kevin Durant had 45. I think he had 28, but Kevin Durant, for some reason, brings out the best in Jason Tatum.
Okay. And Kevin Durant is at 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
Go high.
Higher.
Okay.
Definitely higher. Put some respect on KD name.
Okay. And Devin Booker is at 4 rebounds. Do you have him higher or lower, Mace?
Higher.
You're higher too.
Okay. So Swaggy P and Gilbert Arenas had a conversation regarding Drea Michelle and Jalen Green welcoming a new baby, which we did discuss on a previous episode. But Swaggy P mentioned some things going on in the backseat of a car that they were all in together. You guys can see the video for yourself. And the rest was history. So he was talking about some things.
Let's let our viewers check out the video right here.
Pregnant. Got the young boy.
Damn, if they only knew. But like, I was shocked too, though. Like that day when I was riding home with Philly in the car. Yeah. I don't know if I can tell that story. If you want me to tell that story.
No, she's a mother now.
She's a mother now. Yeah, we can't do that because that day changed my life. I ain't gonna lie. That day changed my life. That's when Swaggy P was like, okay, now this is what NBA is about.
Hey, listen. Hey, NBA. Hey, listen. I'll let you know this is.
Yeah. When I'm riding in the car. He in the back seat. I turned my head. This nigga against. Huh?
No.
What was you doing in that back seat, Gil?
Huh?
What was you doing in that back seat? We went to the strip club.
Pregnant.
Okay, so what do you guys think about their viral exchange?
I still don't know what was happening in the back seat, though. Who was in the back seat?
I mean, I wasn't.
He said Drea.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't sugarcoating. This is what he said.
Oh, Drea was in the back seat. With who?
With Swaggy P. I mean, with Gilbert Arenas.
With
Yeah.
Gilbert. Oh, I get it now. He said he can't say because she's a mom now. I mean, he might as well said it. I mean, to everybody that know what the janitorial system is like.
What does that mean, Mace?
Mop.
When you get mopped up.
I'm not saying she did. That's what he was talking about.
You trying to say she worked for the janitorial system?
No, I was trying to make a clean way of saying it. He was basically talking about he was in the back seat getting mopped, and that's what he said. He welcome to the NBA.
So you just gonna leave it at that? What do you got to say about the video, though? What's your opinion on it?
I think if they're gonna go that far to put it in a video, he might as well said it, because to everybody that knows about janitorial systems, services.
Why keep calling that lady a janitor?
I'm saying it so I don't have to say her name. I'm not trying to belittle her. What'd you want?
What else we talking about? I know what janitorial. I got no problem with janitorial. You're saying Philly, your homegirl, and then you calling her a janitor.
No, I'm not calling her a janitor. I was trying to figure out a clever way to leave her name out of it. But, the service is the service.
The service is the service. Oh, man. My opinion is this. I had a few different opinions, and
I don't think they should have said that, though. She's, you know what I'm saying? She's pretty much married by now, I guess.
So
the young boy, right?
Not that I know. I just know she's pregnant.
Oh, she's pregnant. Well, that's forgiven. That's what she mean. That's forgiven. It's like a nigga bringing up your past. She's forgiven of that.
She already tried to clean her own past up and said my ordinance been wiped out. Is Jalen Green announced anything about this yet? Has he made a comment? That man still ain't saying
What's
nothing.
his Instagram? I'm gonna look it up myself.
You know he ain't posted on there. Niggas probably on his story going crazy. What I'll say about this situation is this: as far as Gil and Swag, they're both my niggas. They're my niggas. Couple things. I think that being that nigga, like, and it don't take money to be that nigga. I'm just saying being that nigga. Because I've been that nigga in my brain since I was like 13, 14 years old. Seriously, I really believed I was that nigga and I was on the road to being that nigga, like in my brain. Whether it came true, but in my brain, I'm thinking I'm that nigga. And when Swaggy P was like, it's two different things I'm getting at. When Nick was like, oh yeah, this is what the NBA about. This what it's about, getting the NBA. And I'm sitting there saying,
what was he saying? Can we get him on the phone? Can we call him? Can we find out what did he mean by that? I don't want to assume that.
I'm just going off what I seen. I'm just giving you my opinion off what I seen.
Okay.
So when he said, yeah, this the NBA, and I'm like, I ain't need no rap deal, no NBA, no nothing to bag what I wanted to bag. I ain't need all that shit. Like, oh, I made it to, head in the back seat, nigga, this is what life about. Nah, man, we been doing that. That been going on before we went pro. I wouldn't have said, yo, this the NBA. Listen, man, and I ain't gonna go crazy today because I ain't get permission from Murder, but me and my childhood friends, not just Murder. That's light. That's light. That's crazy.
So Swaggy P needed better friends?
Not better friends. What I'm saying is, and I'm not talking about Swaggy P because I don't know him growing up. And like I said, that's my friend, and so is Gilbert Arenas. I'm just saying athletes in general, they be so green, and I'm not talking about them specifically. They're like, oh, this is the girl I always wanted. Now I got head from her. This is what the NBA is all about. I'm in the NBA because you got head from a bitch. Because he's like, I got NBA. So what, nigga? Stat, no disrespect to you. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm asking you a question. You know what Pebble Beach is? Because you grew up in real beaches. You from Tampa. Pebble Beach is when you bone a bitch on the roof. We was taking bitches like that on the roof, Pebble Beach, and on the roof. We ain't have to wait for none of that shit. We was on Pebble Beach, staircase, Howie Long house. What up, Howie Long? Yo, we was going everywhere. This is what the NBA is all about. Nah, nigga. See, that's what I be saying. I'm like, niggas wasn't getting them type of bitches in high school and junior high school. This should start in like 7th, 8th grade, man. I said, Mace had nice joints in 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade. Me too.
Yeah.
So, it didn't take a record deal. And I'm relating our situation to a professional situation. When Mace got the record deal, he already was getting girls or whatever. But when he got the record deal, listen, I'm not, this is no kizzy or nothing, man. We was in the mall somewhere. I didn't have a record deal. I was just running around with Mace. I swear to God. We was in the mall. I don't know where the fuck we was at, Kentucky or some shit. And we went to Kentucky Fried Chicken. This one, he's about to come out, but his album didn't come out yet. And he's 19, 20 years old. So we go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. We ordering the food. I see this girl just shaking. She's just shaking. I'm like, this bitch about to lose it. So man, like, let me get a 2-piece mashed potatoes, and you gonna look out for me and throw the fries in? Yes, your mate's right there. Yo, this bitch went and got the shit and just said, I can't take it, and dropped everything and just started shaking and just fainting. I'm like, yo, all right, now this next level, but we ain't going crazy. Bitch fainted in Kentucky Fried. I seen it. Then it got to the point where they told us, you got to get out the mall because you're exciting the riot. I was like, yo, we trying to shop. And they said, nah, you got to leave. Y'all guys are exciting the riot. You can't stay here. See, and I don't know, because we grew up in that, when I hear shit like this, I be like, I don't know, maybe a little more privileged than the average. So I'm like, when I hear it, it'd be like, I remember when
like that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking for. That's all it took. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Like when I started popping, nigga told me when I want to go to the mall, call first, because I can't have people going crazy when I walk in the mall. You got to call first, or they gonna arrest me. I'm like, you got to call the mall first? This real, no kizzy. This word to my mom. And I'm like, yo, this is wild. So when I hear shit like this, I'll be like, damn. You don't even realize they only doing this because you can slam dunk a basketball or shoot a three-pointer or play D. Like, yo, you ain't even doing it off the swag, off the wrist, off the motion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Stat, we was off the wrist.
Yeah, we was off the motion, off the wrist.
Motion.
We ain't have to do, nigga, that was already there. So when they say that's it. My second part about this, because I'm being long-winded and I want to move on, is, and I ain't gonna lie, I didn't realize this. To shout out to Shabazz OG on Instagram. That's my nigga. Shout out to Shabazz. But he made a great point.
What did he say?
He said, I see what's going on Instagram. You know, he talks very intellectual, but he's still a nigga from Philly. That's my nigga. He said, well, y'all niggas is not having that morning meetings with yourself in the mirror. Like, you know, that 3-second to 33-second meeting with yourself in the mirror, because y'all niggas are just running around saying everything. How is your man getting a blowjob in the backseat change your life? He said, listen, how your man, he getting his dick sucked, pause, but it changed your life. Why? He said, why you commenting on that nigga getting fellatio and you wasn't even getting fellatio? He said, I don't even want to know. He said, but you should think about what you saying before you say it, yo. And I was like, that's a good point, because it ain't like he talking about getting his joint sucked. You talking about your man, you must be in the front like, woo, but it changed your life.
That's odd.
That's
odd.
So when I see him say that, I was like, I didn't even think about it like that. But yeah, that's a great point.
So the final culprit, I guess we can say, do you guys feel like that video wasn't necessary to release, or you just feel like it is what it is?
Me personally, I think it wasn't necessary, because I mean, she's past that. Obviously, she's doing very well. She's got a bright future. And when somebody bring up your past in the midst of you having a big moment, it could be perceived as hate, especially from her, because it's like, why you bring me up? I didn't bring you up, or I didn't say nothing about you. Why you saying something about me?
Right. And I totally agree with Mace with that, 100%. Because you know why? Now, if Drea want to be malicious and want to be hateful and heartfelt, we in a world where if you say something, it happened until further notice. Now, she sit there and be like, well, they wasn't complaining when I stuck my finger in their ass. Pause. They just like, they got like fingers in his ass. Homo ass nigga. Like, you
And
know.
the nigga was in the front giggling. That's all she gotta say.
That's all she gotta say.
It don't have to be true.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get people to believe it, that's all that matters. So at the end of the day, be careful because it don't have to be true. But if she gets people on her side, that's that. I'll tell you one last story about that real quick. This girl boned me and my man. I won't say his name. And she boned us separately. So one day we at the Trump, Murder put me onto the Trump. Shit, this old stomping ground. Like, Murder used to go to Trump. That was my headquarters for like 3 years. Took the bitch to the Trump. Nothing to do with presidency. This is way before presidents and shit. And she went and boned us together, pause. Not that we care, but you know. She like, nah, y'all can't do it. We like, oh, we already both boned you. She like, nah. We was like, all right, forget it, no problem. So one of my niggas uptown was like, we ran a train on so-and-so, so-and-so. And I'm like, you gave these bum-ass niggas the train? You wouldn't let me and my man hit? So I approached the girl, and I said, that was fucked up. You ain't let me and my nigga hit, but you boned these whack-ass niggas. She said, oh, they told you? I said, yeah, they told him. She said, did he tell you that I put 3 fingers in his ass and he was throwing it back? I said, forget it. I said, forget it. I said, it's TMI. You know what? She said, nah, Cam, since you want to bring it up, let's go over there and talk to the niggas about it. I said, no. You got it. You got it, man. You actually got it. You got it. I'm out. You actually won that one. But that's whether it's true or not, that was in my brain.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Kawhi left the Clippers versus Timberwolves game early due to back spasms. They lost 118-100, but do you guys think the Clippers can hold it down without Kawhi?
Man, the Clippers was off to, once they came out of that 8-game streak that they needed to start playing better, it looked like they could be definitely in the West Coast Finals, in the Western Conference Finals. But now it just seems like injuries is going to remove them from that equation, and that's going to be sad for them, their new logo and all the new arena and all of that. So I don't think they win without Kawhi. He has to be present in order for them to do what they promised. And right now it's looking like either he's on what they call a low management. His best thing is to come back, because if they lose again with one of them getting hurt, it look like that's going to be the Clippers jinx.
100% correct. I agree. Kawhi, to his credit, has been playing. You think he played 58 games this year? This is the most games he played in, I don't know how many years, 3 or 4 years.
58 games?
Yeah, it's still 82, still like 20 games left. You know what I'm saying? For Kawhi, this is a lot in the last 3-4 years. He hasn't played a lot of games in the last 3-4 years. So for him to be on pace, I think he only missed like 6-7 games so far this year, which is amazing for Kawhi Leonard. But for them to win, I agree with you, Mace. They can make the Western Conference Finals, but he has to be there.
Yeah.
He has to be there. And to me, this is more bad luck for the Clippers. Just how we speak about the black cloud, the black cat, whatever superstition you want to put over it. He has to be there. Hopefully this isn't a lingering injury, because one thing you can't say is that he didn't play this season.
Yeah.
He's been on the court this season. He's averaging close to 24 points, shooting over 52% from the field. And he's playing great. And Ty Lue got that team running like a well-oiled machine. Pause. I just feel bad for the scenario. Hopefully it wouldn't be a lingering situation, but they really have a chance minimum to go to the Western Conference Finals, but it won't happen without Kawhi. So hopefully the Clippers roster will be fully healthy by the time the playoffs start and they don't slack off on games when Kawhi is out. Because I really want to see the Clippers at full strength when the playoffs start.
Okay. Also on the topic of injuries, Cat underwent surgery to repair a meniscus tear. He's expected to be back by early in the Western Conference playoffs. How do you guys feel about the absence of him from the Timberwolves?
That's another one of those situations where, but not ongoing bad luck, but this would be super bad if they don't end up winning because they were on pace to definitely make the Western Conference Finals, you know, especially with them. At one point, they was leading the NBA, you know, and now I think they're in second or
Third.
They're in
And
third.
the Nuggets are first.
So you could tell that they dipped by him not even being there. So now Ant-Man is gonna have to pick up the speed and pick it up. He's gonna have to take the team and pause and put it on his back until he gets back. Because if not, they're not gonna make it. And I don't think they'll be that good next year.
I agree with that take also. You need Cat to go where y'all need to be. They're only a game out of first place. Oklahoma City Thunder is a half a game out of first place. But you know what time of year it is? It's March going on April, which means the playoffs are coming up. And guess who, some way, somehow find themselves back in first place in the Western Conference Finals. Right in the nick of time, the Denver Nuggets. Right where they need to be at the time they're supposed to be there. So all year we've been talking about how Oklahoma City is number one, how Minnesota's number one, Oklahoma City's number one, Minnesota's number one. They're going back and forth all season.
Tune in
for the number one slot.
If y'all know them boys, Cam
Guess
and
who
Mason,
knows how to
let
play
them
in
know.
April,
You hear me
May,
from the
and
good
June?
word is
The Denver Nuggets. And this is what we was talking about.
And that's bro them out.
Early last week when we're saying, damn, if Oklahoma City and Minnesota could have held on to the 1 and 2 spot and possibly played Golden State or the Lakers, that would have been very interesting.